Hi, welcome back to my channel. I spent some time yesterday making a video on this unit, which is it's a Juliette, probably from the late 60s, early 70s. There's no sliders on it. This is Japanese made. It looks to me very much like a Panasonic build. That kind of gives it away to me. They used that kind of dial indicator on Panasonic's back, when they first started out. This is a combination. You can see solid state, AM, FM, AFC, FM multiplex stereo cassette tape recorder. So it's got the tape recorder. It's got a phono input. There's tape, the multiplex, FM, AFC, and AM. When I filmed this yesterday, I used like a 2014 Nikon Coolpix. That was 16 megapixel. However, the video part of it was still 640 by 480, but it had a 30 frames per second setting on it, and it had a really good Nikkor lens on it. So I kind of got excited. I thought maybe I'd get a halfway decent quality off the video, and I just looked at it, and it's okay. I mean, it's not as good as this. This is HD on my phone. And I'll put the video of that after this. Just wanted to warn you, so I don't have to put subtitles in, that I kind of talked about this thing for a couple of minutes. It's a HP all-in-one unit that somebody gave me. It's kind of like an old Mac because everything's in one unit. It's got a CD player. It's got a memory card slot. It's got a network port in the back. It comes with a mouse, and it comes with a keyboard. These apparently have some kind of problem where they're using some kind of proprietary switching system on the power wart. And if you can see, this is not an HP power wart. It's a third-party replacement. And I guess if you buy one of these from Amazon as a replacement, there's a very good possibility they won't work. And I demonstrated what it does when it doesn't like the power wart. It makes this horrific key beeps. But I'll show you that in the video. The reason why it doesn't work all the time is because they put some kind of proprietary current switch in here that if this thing didn't think it was getting enough current, and it's supposed to run between 65 and 95 watts, or for some reason it doesn't like the tip that's on there in the barrel, it won't work. And there's a whole bunch of videos and recommendations how to fix that, although it's just basically crossing your fingers and screwing with it. But I just threw that in there, and the reason why I'm even bringing this up is when you watch the next video after this, where I'm talking about this with a Coolpix, I would, if you're wearing headphones and I turn this on, those key beeps are quite loud, so I don't want you to get a shock. Just warning you. Keep that in mind. But this is a nice unit, and I've had this for a couple of years, and I actually used it for a while, and then I put it away. But I was thinking about it the other day, and you'll see how it works on that portion of the video I took with the Coolpix. I'm trying to use some of my older digital cameras to film with. I'm not going to make you suffer through every single video I make with that, but it interests me to do that, and I get a chance to see what the quality is. However, I'm letting you see this with HD, so it won't be that big a deal. So just bear with me. Like I said, since this is Japanese built, and just the styling cues on here, pretty sure it was built by Panasonic. If anybody knows anything different, let me know. But Juliette was, I don't believe they were a manufacturer of their own. They third party, they rebadged stuff and third partied it out. But a lot of their stuff was sold in, made in Hong Kong. It's kind of unusual to find. I do have a couple things from them that were made in Japan, but it was a wholesale house that would put the Juliette brand on here. This one's actually kind of nice. It's got wood side panels, front panels. It's got a lot of pretty thick chrome. This is plastic, but it's really thick plastic. It's not. This is not a cheap unit, and I would imagine it was probably, back when it was sold, pretty highly priced for what it does. So I'm not going to take it apart. I'm not going to fix it. I'm not going to recap it. I'm not going to put any belts in it. I just wanted to show it to you because mostly what I do is I try to show you interesting stuff that I have. And if it works, I try to show you what it sounds like. You can sit there all day. There's a million recap videos up there, a million videos of people putting new belts in. And, after a while, it just doesn't, it's like watching somebody take a bath over and over again. I don't know. It's more interesting. You may never run across one of these. There's probably a good chance you won't. I've never seen another one. Until I bought this a few years back, I didn't even know these kind of things existed. So, anyway, bear with me. Like I said, it's got a tape monitor switch, power switch, volume, balance, tone control, tuning, stop, eject, record, rewind, play, fast forward, pause. It's got stereo microphones. It's got stereo recorder meters, which also work for the power output when the tuner's playing. And I will try to hook up a turntable to this because it obviously has a preamp in it for a phono. And I do have an old Juliette turntable, which didn't go with this unit, and it's a lot less sophisticated than this thing is, but it is a Juliette, so we will try that and see what we get out of it. Bear with me, I keep saying that. Still trying to get this down. I'm, editing these videos takes longer than filming them. And I'm still trying to do a halfway decent video. Whenever I make one, I watch it, and I'm like, I should have done that differently. I should have said that differently. You have to watch the way your voice is. Sometimes it fades out. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm talking about and get distracted by something else. So anyway, we're going to be switching over to the cool picks here, and then we'll go from there after that. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the channel again. I just wanted to share this with you pretty quickly. This is a Juliette. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm using an old Nikon camera. It's 60 megapixel, but it's still sort of low resolution. Solid state AM, FM multiplex stereo cassette tape recorder. But it's also a radio. AM, FM, obviously, I just said that. I'm not sure what the age of this is. I'm thinking probably early 70s before they started using sliders. It's, I find this to be quite attractive. That's why I bought it. It's, I happen to like Juliette stuff. I know that later on in the 90s, and I think even up to the early 2000s, they really got kind of crappy. But the older ones were actually kind of nice. This thing is all plastic. It's got wood grain sides on it. This top part. This right here is plastic. It's yellowed, as you can see. It's really heavy. And it's actually Japanese built. So I like it. I've gotten it to rewind this tape. It started off very slowly, but then it kind of got faster, but it looks like it might be struggling a little bit here as it gets towards the end. I'm going to try to run. It just stopped. Come on. The cap stands are probably slipping. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. We'll do a fast forward on this. That seems to work. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and play something. I've got them hooked into these Boston. These aren't computer speakers. These are actually older surround sound speakers, but they're 8 ohm, and I think they're 20 watt. They're not really listed on there, but I ohmed it out and everything. And we'll see how this, if this will even play.
Appalachia, East Point, Carabelle, St. George Island, good morning to you. It was just...
Well, that's the radio.
Right here. On Saturday morning, soul AM blues. What you man?
That's the radio. That ain't gonna do nothing for me, is it? Alright. We're gonna go to tape. We're moving kind of slow here. Uncle Joe's moving kind of slow this morning. Let's go to tape. Now we'll try it. Balance a little stretchy. Tone actually works, a little scratchy. Alright. We're going to stop that. Let's see if it'll rewind better. Nope, still don't like to rewind that much. Okay. These things always get in the way, don't they? Don't these always get in the way? I'm using an older Nikon Coolpix camera. I wanted to see how the video part of it worked. I just charged up the battery. It's got an 8 gig card in it. It tells me it's got 23 seconds left. 23 minutes, I'm sorry. You can pretty much discount anything I say this morning because it won't be correct. Now, on this, if you'll notice, I've got the tape light lit up. I'm going to go ahead and go.
And social advertising, but with twice the reach. Get started today. Go to iHeart.
That's multiplex, but we're not getting a stereo light.
And it deals.
There's the stereo light. So it does pick up stereo. Even out here in the shop.
At the House of Henry. Yeah, it's our St. Patty's celebration. Where else would you celebrate St. Patty's weekend? Nowhere, that's where.
We're gonna shamrock your world. Join Rock 94.5.
We're the Gulf Coast's largest St. Patrick's party.
It's the House of Henry.
a party so big, it's 2 days. Today and tomorrow at the House of Henry. 2 days of live entertainment, food, fun, and plenty of green beer.
From the station with the largest Blarney stones on the Gulf.
Now, funnily enough, I think this probably at one point had a turntable that came with it. But what I do have is I have a period-specific Juliette turntable that I'm going to hook up to this, and we'll see how that works. I bought that a while back. I haven't done anything to it. I don't even know if it works or not. There's a little sticker on it that says works, but I never actually tried it. But I thought that would be kind of interesting to do. You got some nice chrome going on here. This is actually a very attractive unit. And it probably weighs a good 15 pounds.
Podcast that explores the bizarre corners of human existence, like the evolution of the toilet, the story of Comic Sans, or the exploits of the notorious Aaron Burr.
Aaron Burr is like, one day, my life is going to be part of a musical.
However, though, he probably didn't necessarily at this point think that he was going to be the villain.
Listen to Ridiculous History on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you wake up well-rested on a great mattress, everything becomes clear.
Wow, I'm a morning person.
Things you missed when you were tired finally reveal themselves.
I should not use a chatbot to write my wedding vows.
This is your official invite to Mattress Firm.
She noticed the stereo light's not coming in. If I move this into the house, I'll probably be able to pick up a lot more channels on the stereo with the multiplex. But this thing, this HP all-in-one, you want to hear the most annoying noise ever? See if I can. Is this thing even plugged in? Hang on a second. Why the hell did they put the power switch all the way under here where you couldn't find it? Three. It's 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it does that 5 times and then it goes off. But man, I'll tell you, what was the point of this? Alright, it's giving me a headache. I hope you're not wearing earphones. Shut up. Oh my gosh. There, killed it. That, from what I understand about this is an HP all-in-one, which I'd never even heard of. I think it's from like 2016. Somebody gave this to me, said it worked. Apparently it doesn't. But going up and looking at all the commentary on this particular model, it's a one-and-all system. Everything has got a keyboard and a mouse. And everything else is in this one piece case like an old Mac. That error code is kind of non-specific. It doesn't... I can get it to come up on the system screen after screwing with it. It says it has an unsupported peripheral or something on it. And apparently that's like a major problem with this. And there's ways of getting around it. And I think one of them is this is the power that came with it, which is not an HP power wart. This thing's supposed to take between 65 and 95 watts. Really? I'm like, really? I don't think that's right. But this thing's only... This looks like a third-party power brick, so it may not be getting enough voltage, because that was one of the HP recommendations, was buy a new power brick. If it did that. I don't know, it's very strange to me. I think you're trying to get involved with too much stuff here, but that's how I'm kind of keeping myself busy. But I wanted to show this to you because I try to show you interesting things that you don't see a lot of.
Also red today, again, a high hazard, high surf and strong currents are possible. Beach flags for the South Cape and Indian Pass, they're red today. Beach flags for the North Cape from Stump Hole to the State Park at Cape San Blas, also red today. And the beach flags for the State Park at Cape San Blas, also red today. Again, a high hazard, high surf, and strong currents are possible. Again, it is best to stay out of the waters on a red flag day. Stay tuned to Oyster Radio. We'll keep you updated on beach conditions. You can always find the beach flag colors online at the Oyster Radio Facebook page. This beach flag report brought to you by Carabel Custom Canvas. If you're looking...
I'm going to go ahead and turn this off now. We'll get back to this here shortly. Juliette automatic changer. Juliette solid state AM/FM AFC stereo multiplex, quite fully featured. This belongs to this, but I'm gonna hook this up to the other Juliette and see if it works. I have not tried it since I bought it, probably a couple of months ago. But as you can see, courtesy of our friends at Goodwill, it's been tested. And they thought so highly of it that that's what I ended up paying for it. That being said, I bought both of these at Goodwill together at the same time. This one says tested, and that's how much that cost. So roughly twice as much for this as for this, but I think it was more. I was surprised to even see these at a Goodwill. You never see anything like this stuff anymore. Anything that's even remotely old gets snapped up almost immediately because people think it's worth $1 million freaking dollars. But look, it's got 78, 45, 33, and 16 on it. So, hey, maybe it's a good performer. We will find out. There's just not a lot of Juliette stuff left out there in the world that people give a damn about. It was never considered a high-end product. Although these were not built by Juliette. There was never a company called Juliette. It was just a branded marketer that bought equipment from other manufacturers, and both of these were made in Japan. And I'm thinking they're probably late 60s. There's no sliders on this thing at all. It's all knobs. And they're metal knobs. And I don't know what the deal is with this thing, but at least it has a dust cover on it. So, but as you can see, it needs a little bit of sprucing up, which I can do. But we will try it out and see.